Where's that coming from? Every
Hello.
night. I don't know. It likes to give us echoes. This thing.
Uh-huh.
Welcome everybody. We're back. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. The
Hello,
Seekers
hello.
Chronicles Paranormal Historians, and we're here
Tuesday.
tonight. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday already. It seems
That
like one
went
Tuesday
fast.
goes to
Yeah.
the next Tuesday, goes to the next Tuesday, goes to the next Tuesday, but
Max
it's
Tuesday.
fun. Every Tuesday we got a great guest, and we have new friends to meet. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm meeting a new
You
friend
bet.
tonight. You guys got a
Mm-hmm.
meeting last week. Kim met last week, like her clone. So
This clone
they,
is right. I know.
you know,
Oh my
I
God.
think
so
she's my
it
better
was
So
half.
true.
it's like with the two of you. It's like, I didn't get
Yeah,
to
that was
talk.
great.
It was good. Saved my
was great.
voice a little bit.
It was like
Last week
kindred
was good.
spirits, you two.
So,
Yeah, that was
Kim,
great.
anything this weekend besides work?
Well,
Nah,
guest
work.
work. Yes. And then we also were able to go live to a location that we had on our show. I think one of our first episodes with the Cocos, we went to Peachfield
Mm-hmm.
Plantation this weekend, Jenny and I, on Saturday with some of our other paranormal friends, and it was awesome. It was just so amazing to be there in the flesh, right? Like, because
Yeah.
you can see it
Yeah.
on the photos, we talk about it. I can like have the experiences on the photos, but like actually walking through the property was like a whole other level. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
I
beautiful.
missed it. I
Beautiful
wish I was
place.
there, but I
Beautiful.
couldn't make it. I wish
Yeah,
I
we
was
missed
there with you
you.
guys.
Yeah, you were missed.
We called Anthony from dinner and we taunted him with cannoli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time they go
Nice.
out for dinner before or after investigation, they text me pictures of cannolis. I'm like, I know they tell me
Yeah.
like, look, I get to at least
Of
see them.
course we do.
Everybody's showing me
Like-
they eat cannolis and everything. Come on.
Oh, we were in an
My
Italian
fat
restaurant.
cells
He's like,
need to be fed.
what the hell?
It's like good.
It was
Yeah, I didn't have cannoli, but that's okay.
Yeah. So
it was a great time. It was a great investigation. Great people. We had TDSC, Ron and Lourdes there. Nothing to do with dowsing rods, just TDSC, and pretty amazing thing happened with TDSC. Ron with his holding up the glasses thing, and we all clearly heard spectacles like come out so clearly.
Yeah.
So what a moment, At one point, Kyle ran out of the room because it was so freaky. Kim's husband.
Poor Kyle.
And I know, poor Kyle, we make fun of him. And
He's
then Friday
dramatic,
night,
so.
I was with Richard.
So
Friday
does
night, I
she.
had an investigation too. I had two investigations. I had the Cooper Grist Mill in Chester on Friday night with the Bandolphs and again, Ron and Lourdes, who are probably
Richard?
sick of me by now. And Richard, of course, Richard.
Mhm. Yeah. Like I said, I missed both of those investigations that had family things to do, but I wish I was there.
Yep.
I'm sitting on my couch looking at you guys. Everybody's facing Facebook's pictures, everybody. I'm like,
Aw.
I was like, what am
FOMO.
I going to do?
Welcome to my life, Anthony. Welcome
Yep.
to my life.
Yeah, it's like, you see everybody else doing it. You can't.
There was a funny moment where we were listening to TDSD with the digital seance with Ron and Lourdes, and we were looking up the children's names of the woman Elizabeth, because the name Elizabeth it was like insanity. It came up
Elizabeth.
like it was like over and over and over and over again. And interestingly, when I was outside, I got the name Samuel, which actually would have been her husband. So there was kind of like this husband and wife, like lover kind of reaching out to each other thing that was going on. And then we were looking up their children, and then I shouted out Esther as one of the children's names, and Ron was like, did you hear that, or did you get that? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know if anybody went back and listened to the recording to see if it was showing up
Good
on
point.
the device. I haven't yet. But I was
I
like,
never heard Esther. I never
don't
heard it. And I was really listening. I never heard Esther. But there was also a creepy doll, a really creepy doll. So Kim was really happy
really
about that.
creepy doll. It had little leather shoes, like
It was
little
bad.
leather, like 1800 shoes.
Anyway,
No,
that was our weekend. That was our weekend.
That was
We're
good.
never,
I
we're not
mean,
getting to, yeah.
next
turn
time.
the corner.
Next time. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I'll be with you guys on May what's it, 10th or 11th,
10th.
something like that.
10th.
Yeah, that was at Gristmill again, something like that.
The Cooper Grist Mill. Yep. Tickets on
Yeah, so
sale.
I'll be
now.
there with you guys. Even though you did replace me right away, Jenny.
Oh my God, here we go.
Yeah, you replaced me quick.
Who?
So
hi, Melissa. I see that she's
Yeah.
here. Who else
Hi,
is
Mary
here?
Beth. Hi, Melissa.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone
Thanks
else.
for
oh yeah, we got some people. How you doing,
Yeah.
guys?
Tuesday.
So
the Tuesday crew.
well,
Let's
yeah,
introduce
the
our
Tuesday
guest.
crew.
What do we have
Yes,
tonight?
let's start. We have a great guest on tonight.
We do.
Jenny, do you want to announce?
I would be so honored to, because this is a really important person in my life. So tonight we have.
I thought I was.
Well,
See,
okay.
you
He's
replaced
getting a
me
little.
so fast.
Brian.
These two investigations, you're replacing me.
He's
Jelly
getting jealous.
tonight. Jelly and green. Yeah.
He is
You're looking
very
green,
jealous.
Anthony.
Very
Agreed.
jealous tonight. Very jealous. We have. I mean, this guy. You need like a list a mile long to say everything he does, but I'm going to narrow it down to author, filmmaker, actor, father, amazing father, and amazing friend. Brian Fadimski is here with us tonight.
Hey, here he is.
Brian, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, Brian.
How you
Thanks for
doing?
being here. Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Whoa.
You know.
Your fun background. What's going on back there?
Oh,
Oh, well-
musician. I left musician out. Oh God,
Oh,
musician. Sorry, and musician.
Yeah, I'm going back to doing that. It's a funny story. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
musician here.
I love it.
I got a picture of that too. Look.
Where'd you get that?
I love it. I sent him that. And he put it up. Look at Brian
Yeah.
rocking out.
He's rocking out. Yeah.
Anthony plays drums.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You know,
You can
I
picture
haven't
it.
been going back to it, so. But
Yeah, that's
Cool.
my plan. I didn't think I'd ever be able to go back
Mhm.
because I destroyed my ears.
Oh,
So
your
that's
ears.
why I haven't touched that part of my life. My son doesn't even really know that part of my life. He sees pictures on the wall, and once in a while
Yeah.
there's a video, but to him, I'm the guy on TV. Right? He doesn't understand that. He's never seen that part because
Mhm.
it was before really the internet. So there's very, very
Oh.
little footage.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Right.
it's
Right.
just
Understand that.
something that we talk about, and there's a couple guitars around, but I don't play because of the damage I have.
Mhm.
But I decided that I'm going to work my way through it, and I'm going because I have a catalog of songs. So I decided to release them because there's a couple albums that are out because they were in recent enough. But a
Mhm.
lot of my stuff was way before all this streaming stuff, so it's just sitting there, and I
Yeah.
slip it into my movies, you know. But
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's 40 years, you know, it's
Mhm.
50 years, you know, when you think about it. So I decided to just take everything I have, regardless of the condition. I'm mastering it, and I'm going to release a compilation CD of my whole career out, and
love
it's going
it.
to come out in a couple very soon, and then I'm going to put a band
Awesome.
together, and I'm going to go tour with it. So
Oh my
I-
gosh.
Cool.
yeah, I just
We're starting at the end here today. We're
yeah, I
like,
know,
what
it's
are you working
crazy.
on next?
Well, I
This is
I was able.
fantastic.
I've been researching some special plugs that I can wear, and
Oh,
so I tried it today. So
All right.
because I didn't know if I could do it, so I think I'm doing it regardless if I can or not. So
there you go.
Mhm.
so that's the exciting part.
This
So
is
Yeah.
Brian in a nutshell. Let me just
Yeah.
tell you.
I understand that
this is,
damage. I got the ringing
Yeah.
in my ears from all the years, and I have nerve damage that goes from my
Yeah.
shoulders down. So when I play, I can't hold the sticks that long anymore. So
no, and I have
it's like
serious
numb and
pain.
everything. So
I've had serious
he does.
pain. I mean, I can't unload dishwasher. So it's
Really?
and I've been to all these doctors, and it's we're narrowing it down to it's just nerve damage. So
Mm,
I never thought I
Jeez.
could do it. So, but I'm going to do it somehow. And I have
that's
arthritis in
awesome.
my hands. I can't, I
Who
play with
cares?
2 fingers now, but but I don't care because that was the plan. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it for my son so he can have listen to all my stuff.
That's nice.
But why not? Just
Why
why
not?
not?
Yeah.
Why
So
not?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to
Do
do
it.
it in
Do
between making all these movies. So we'll see.
Oh my
I'm busy
God.
this year, so we'll see what
Ma-
happens.
Mary Beth just said, "Is there anything that you don't do?" And the answer is probably no.
Well,
So
I'm the jack of all trades, master of none. It's just like I've
Mhm,
always what I think it is. I've always reinvented myself. I never get
mhm,
stuck. It's like
right,
when it kept getting knocked down and kept coming back and back and back, and then careers are managed and destroyed sometimes by people outside of your realm. Like you have no
right,
control over it, and
mhm,
that's the problem about being a musician in a band. You're talking about other people that can take you down,
right.
and there's
mhm.
nothing you can do
Plenty
about
of
it. So
teams.
That's
yeah,
so
You
but
see
right
that
with
in
bands.
I
teams.
just
Yes.
I kept going, and then when I got
Uh-huh.
old enough, I said, well, I can't do this anymore. I'll do this. I'll do stand up. Oh, I can't do this. I'll do that. And then I fell in backwards into acting
Mhm,
by accident. And then I did that. And that was very exciting to see yourself on television. And then the pandemic shut everything down. So I was like,
mhm,
okay, what do I do now? See, instead of just sitting there like a lot of people that go through their life and a career, if you keep hitting walls, you got to be able to break through it and try something else.
mhm,
So
I love
that's
it.
how I just kept on going. So when the music stopped, I did this, and then all of a sudden, oh, look at this! I'm an actor. This, oh, let's see, I'm a playwright. Oh, I know how. My father says, well, why don't you put that book out? Roosters. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And he found it on a disc, and all right, let's put that out. Oh, why don't we turn it into a script? Oh, okay, yeah, why not? So every year I was something different. I was a musician, I was a playwright, I was an author, I was an actor, and I was a film. And then every time that something would shut down, I would go into something else. So, like when the
mhm,
pandemic shut down the television program and we were in lockdown, I was like, well, what am I going to do? I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I'll just hope and pray that the business comes back. I'll just create another one. So I
mhm.
sat around and I made a film in this room, actually, with no actors, a mannequin, and me and my father, and I wore masks, and because I said, well, let's see, how do you do that? How do you do this? How do you come up with a movie and put it and get
Mhm,
it on Amazon? How does that happen?
mhm,
So I
I
said,
love it.
well, let me find out, So I did it and I submitted it and it got picked up, And so I was like, well, look at this. And then I was like, I did a lot of the Discovery ID shows, which is basically a story and then reenactments. That's what a lot of that stuff is. So that's why I got into the ghost stuff, because I'm sitting there thinking, it would be really good if I do it like this Discovery ID stuff. I know how to do it. I've been there. I know what it takes. Yeah, okay. I don't have, those shows are each show costs $375,000 to make. I can't do that, but I figure, yeah, but I know the formula. So let me do it. So I happen
Yeah,
to be during the pandemic, and I'm on the town zoning board, a board of adjustments, and we would have our meetings just like this. So, and I had this idea. Anyway, one of the guys, he works in this story, Jenny, because he's the graveyard guy. So
okay.
he starts telling these
The
stories.
graveyard guy.
And I'm like, and I'm listening, I'm thinking, why do
I know
I
him.
Yeah,
yeah.
we all
And I'm
know the
just like,
graveyard guy.
well, it's just like, why should I try to seek stuff out? It's sitting right here in my town,
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I could still, be a volunteer lunch dad and a baseball coach and a basketball coach, but I could do my little teeny movies right in this town. I'll do it just like the Discovery ID. I'll call it Ghosts of Somerville. There's got to be tons of stories. And that's how it started. So I was just
Yep.
like, and I actually enjoy making movies better than being an actor.
Cool.
Because it's being an actor is you have to be somebody else's brain,
mhm.
and I'd rather be my brain. So
Yeah. for sure. And we want
Yeah.
to pick your brain.
Yeah, so I did the Mrs. Mix first. That's just to try it
Yeah.
out.
We have pictures of all this. Maybe we should go through it,
All
like
right,
as
go
you're
ahead.
talking about. Maybe as we're going through it. Let's go back to Somerville. So you started. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Let's start with the second one because that's the one that
This-
Kim read.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start with so this is how I met Brian. So let's get to the important part. This is how I met you.
Yeah, how did that
So-
happen again?
Okay, so he's doing a movie it's called The Ghosts of Somerville. There I am, yay! The Ghosts of Somerville, the old Dutch parsonage.
Jenny!
And I literally wrote to this man that I didn't know. And I was like, I'm a paranormal investigator. I live in Somerville. Put me in your movie. So I did. I asked him. And he
Nice.
said yes. So that's, yeah. I don't, that's not very me to do that, but I felt compelled, and I've been so happy that we
Yeah, you
met,
had to
and
do it.
we had a good time, and that's how we met. So we met on the old Dutch parsonage, which you can talk a little bit about. We have some pictures Anthony has that we can put up of this. This is our location of the week, Kim. There it is.
Woo woo!
Woo woo. That's our
Pretty.
location this week, folks. It took us a while, but we got there.
Yeah.
It's our location.
What is it called? It's called the. Can you say it again? And where it is?
It's called the Old Dutch Parsonage. It's in Somerville, New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Thanks. Yeah.
And I have the history, obviously. He has some pictures. You have some more pictures from inside of it, right?
Yeah.
More pictures of it, Anthony? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I'm going
getting
to show the
There we
outside
go.
quick then.
Perfect. So that's what it looks like.
You gave me outside. Okay, you got pictures I call staircase. Those stairs.
Okay. That's inside. It's run by the park. You can see the Parks Department logo right there.
Oh, yeah.
The State Park Service
Yeah,
runs
those-
it. Those stairs. That I sent that to Kim
Interesting.
for reading.
Okay.
That's upstairs.
Interesting.
This is
That,
interesting.
like, the. Oh yeah, this is the other picture I read. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
I'm
there
gonna,
history of
go
somebody
through
getting
the
burnt in
history
that
of-
fireplace?
I don't know about that. Do you?
Because
Brian?
I see a
What?
woman's dress catching on fire.
Oh dear. It could happen. There weren't many women, but it could happen.
Okay.
Do you want to
Okay.
do Kim's
Very well could have
reading?
happened.
Do you want to do your reading and then I'll do the history, or do you want to do the history first? We usually do the history first. Up to you.
What do you want, Jen?
Whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I got the history by.
I can't
Go ahead,
see.
let's
I'm
give you
frozen,
history.
I think.
So,
But,
You're losing
Brian,
the show already.
I also wanted to say,
God, we're
I
not
wanted
off the rails.
Brian.
Brian.
I'm about to kind
Hello.
of go off the rails a little bit because
Oh,
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to make a comment on Brian and all of his
I love off the rails.
activities. Are you familiar with the human design stuff right now? Because I'm like, you are the quintessential generator. Generators make all kinds of projects, and I can't relate to that at all because I do like one project and I'm like a waste case for like years,
Yeah, she is.
years after. But it's so nice because I always I'm so jealous of, speaking of green and being jealous, Anthony, I'm so jealous of generators who can they produce and produce and produce in this output, and it invigorates them. And I'm sitting over here, I'm like, oh my God, I could never do it. But
Well,
it's just
Right.
so innate to you.
it's my whole family.
Yes.
Like we have the coffee club in the morning where it's me, my father, and my sister, and they're all writers, and we just talk about all of our ideas. We get together, we drink coffee, and we say, okay. And my father talks
Amazing.
about his latest book, and my sister talks about her latest book, and then I talk about my latest project. Now, I generate a lot, but I don't do them all at once. See, I can't do that. I can't do when I was in a band, I couldn't be in 3 bands. I would write for a particular thing, and that would be it.
Mhm.
With movies, the same thing. It's because I do a lot of writing. I'll sit at a chair and we'll be watching a movie, but I'm not really watching it. That's my mind is. I'll write in the middle of the night. I'll wake up and the last movie that hit. It's like I woke up 2 days prior to when we started shooting with a different ending because I dreamt. I woke up with Roosters. I dreamt. So I can't do it all at once. Like I couldn't do 3 projects at the same time because I got to focus on each one. So I don't know if that's different from what you're
Yeah, that's
saying. It's like,
probably healthier.
No, that's
Yeah,
much better because I start
probably
60
healthier
things and
to
never finish.
do one.
Why do you think I hang around this
Yeah,
guy?
and
He's
then
like
do the other.
inspirational. Like rub off on me, please.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
Um,
not a
trying to do.
generator.
I'm trying to do
Jump on
more
the
than one
generator
thing. 'Cause, you have to sometimes because there's not enough
Yeah.
time to like do a project a year. So
right,
Mhm.
right.
but it's like the
Right on.
latest. Yeah, the latest script was just went out today to my cinematographer. So I'm, that part of my brain I can turn off. So that's what I mean. It's like I might still, I might find myself against 2 projects to shoot, but that part of my brain is gone now. Now I can focus on this next project, and
Right,
then when that
right.
project comes back, say, okay, well, we got to
Hi, Adam.
start
How are you?
shooting. I go
Bye-bye.
back and forth, but it's like I could never do all at once. That I could
Yeah,
never do.
yeah. That's me, but I don't get anything done.
Well, that's what I would be
That's the
afraid of.
problem. Anyway, so hey,
Yeah.
Adam, this is our friend who's not feeling well. Feel better, Adam.
Adam, we need a doctor's note next time.
Yeah, please. You're gonna need an excuse. So we're going back to the Ghost of Somerville. So this was a series that he started. The first one was called Mrs. Mix, but I'm going to do it in reverse order because we always do our location first. So, and Kim did her reading. So I'm just going to give a little bit of background of the history on this place because people tune in for that. And then if you want, we can do the readings and then we'll move on to his movies and books. Okay.
All right. So what are
Okay.
we doing
All
next, Kim's?
So I'm doing the history first. Okay.
Yeah.
So real quickly. Okay. So the old Dutch parsonage, right, is
Can you
it's
pull
a
the
brick house.
picture up
You guys,
again? Pull
yeah, put
picture.
the picture up. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yes,
It's a
I
2.5
mind.
story brick house. Yeah, right. It was the home of the first ministers of the first Dutch Reformed churches in the area. And it was built by it was built in Somerville, New Jersey in 1751. The first occupant was Anthony's favorite last name, Reverend John Frelinghuysen.
Frelinghuysen.
Anthony,
Whoa!
he can't say it, Brian. It's real.
Frelinghuysen.
He hates that name. We go to Frelinghuysen Mansion, who taught seminarians. So this whole place was to teach seminarians. So it was like a teaching, it was like a school, basically.
Oh,
it was a
perfect.
Okay, now you're like, yes, all right. His son and his son Frederick was a captain in the Continental Army. And then followed by, after Reverend Frelinghuysen was there, Jacob Hardenberg, if you went to Rutgers University like me, you know that name, was the next lead seminarian there. And he occupied the house after Frelinghuysen's death, he actually married his widow. He actually married Mrs. Frelinghuysen, Mr. Hardenberg. Yeah. So the great thing about Jacob Hardenberg is he established Queens College, which is now known as Rutgers University, the State University of New Jersey, in 1766. And in 1785, he is the first president of Rutgers. So it stayed a parsonage until 1810, until Peter Stryker bought the house and sold it. How do you pronounce it, Brian? Doughty family?
I don't. Oh, Doughty Avenue.
Doughty family. Sorry. And nobody in Somerville knows how to pronounce that unless you live on it. For your information. So the Doughty family in 1836, and they owned it until 1907 when they sold it to the Central Railroad of New Jersey. In 1913, the house was set to be knocked down, which is just like the thing we hear every single week and makes us sick. But instead, it was moved adjacent. It was moved actually across railroad tracks. That might come into your readings. It was actually moved next to another historical home we have here called the Wallace House. So there you have it. That's the history.
Awesome. The move did not come up. Yeah.
Okay. It was only it's literally, Brian can tell you, it's like across the railroad tracks. It's not far at all. How far is that?
It's nothing. It's right there.
200 yards.
Yeah.
It's right there, and if that, maybe 100 yards. Yeah, you could have lifted it up, carried it over. Anyway, that's the story of the parsonage. It's an amazing place. It's run by the state parks, and they do tours, and they're really, a guy named Paul there, really good job he does. So there you go. So let's do your readings. Shall we get into it?
Yeah,
Anthony's like,
let's see. So yeah, I was given only 2 photos.
yes.
Now God, I love getting the history after, because like so much of it makes sense, because I'm just seeing scenes, right? I'm just seeing scenes sometimes and people, and I'm trying to put this story together as they're telling it to me. I'm gonna do the first one. I have 4 videos. They're both all about like 1.5 1 minute to 2. We're back with another reading this week for our guests, and I was given 2 photos, and I'm going to start with this photo here. It looks like a bedroom, and there's a bed, a little blue thing, and a fireplace. I'm being brought to, so there's like a whole entire story unfolding with this just one room. This is fascinating. I'm being brought back into like the mid 1700s, where I believe this house was built. Family living here at the time. I'm seeing many vivacious young adults who have passed. What does this mean? I'm seeing women in their 20s and 30s, young men in their 20s and 30s. Individuals have passed like in the prime of their life. There's quite a bit of sadness associated with the loss of these individuals. And as I'm walking into this room, I see particularly a very sad woman. She's a young woman, a woman in her 20s or 30s. And she is just like grieving. There's just like endless grieving with this. I do feel like this woman has full range of the house. She does feel colonial. This actually quite feels a lot of colonial energy going on here. She feels very colonial. Actually, there's another picture that I'm given. I'm actually going to jump to it right now, because that's kind of who I feel like is on the stairs here, is this grieving woman. Now, I could imagine she is grieving. There is somebody on the bed that there's like this deep grieving of, I don't think this is a bed from the 1700s. I guess it's possible. I feel like she's grieving a man.
I'm writing everything down. Okay. So yeah. Brian made this movie called The Ghost of Somerville, the Old Dutch Parsonage. Does any of that sound familiar? So I can tell you that that Reverend Hardenberg's wife, the one we mentioned, who then was originally married to Reverend Frelinghuysen, she was an incredible, dynamic woman, a smart woman who came over from the Netherlands, and a lot of people think she was the brains of the operation, but because she was a woman, she wasn't in front.
Yeah.
But when he died,
so I mean, more about this.
But she was also very homesick. Yes. Very homesick. So you're going to talk about it. All right. I'm going to let you talk about it.
Maybe not.
But Brian can talk more about what you found from the caretaker of the place and everything. You want to go into that, Brian, a little bit? What you learned about the place and the paranormal activity there?
Yeah. When Jim Kutzenberger, he was the not the caretaker, he was the tour. Sort of. He was the he calls himself the historical preservationist of the place. Does the tours and things like that. That's what his title was. But so he talked about, he never witnessed anything. It was everybody else. So that was always a weird thing.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
We can explain that. We know why. Yeah.
But just many things. And then he went to the he dove into it by saying that they had a psychic there. I think it was in the 70s. I'm trying to I'm pretty sure, right?
70s.
And
70s.
What she says, it was a young male servant that was told to leave. So there was some kind of departure. And that's what the reading was. And all the sightings and sounds were of a young male servant. He had one with a little girl saw him. There was a lot of noises, a lot of things. But that generally what it was is what he said it was. He never said it's seen anything. This is everybody around him saw all this stuff many different
Right.
times.
Like in your
And,
movie Workers would be there and he would go out for lunch and they'd be
yeah,
like, why didn't you leave? And, you know,
yeah,
why are
yeah.
you
And
back?
they
And
thought he was in
he
the
was like,
house
what
and
are
he
you talking
wasn't.
about?
And
Right.
Oh
or they
wow.
thought some, yeah, they
Yeah.
called it. They called the police at one time because they thought somebody broke in because they were in the basement
Yeah.
fixing the heating, and they heard somebody walk around upstairs, and they go upstairs and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
They literally had guns drawn, right? Like they
Yeah,
literally were there with guns drawn, like nobody there in the house, like that
yeah.
much
So
noise.
there was never other than a story than that. So there's a lot of, I don't know. We kind of like shot around the idea maybe it was some kind of an affair and he was told to leave, and who knows, something
Who knows?
happened that it was a young male servant and he had to leave, and that is what people were seeing, like he was still there.
Right. Well, it was a
And
woman that sent him away. That's important
yes,
because you were talking about a woman. So it was a
yes,
woman of the house that sent him
yes,
away, she said.
yes,
Hmm.
Maybe
yeah,
she did love him and she was grieving, but I know that Mrs. Hardenberg grieved a great deal.
yeah. So that's basically what I know of what Jim said.
Right. Now there's also they brought a Lutheran minister in. You want to talk about that?
Yes. So
There's a darker
one,
side.
yes, a very dark. It was, and this was with Jim, and he was there, and they were a Lutheran minister was there to perform a wedding, and they were killing some time, so they went on the tour. It was the wedding was around the corner, so they went on a tour, and he walked in, and he said, this place is not good." So then he says, "We should do an exorcism," and he said, "You could do that, yes." And then so he came there and performed, some kind of ritual, and apparently nothing happened after that. But
Yeah.
then when I was there, when we did the screening, and I knew somebody lived on that street, and he told me they see this male figure now in the
Right.
window.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
And don't forget the footsteps. Like this is how you and I met. You were asking me to explain that. Like we talked about residual hauntings.
yeah, yes,
Like
yes.
every time they hear the steps, it goes down the stairs to a certain
To the
step and
bottom of the step and
stops.
stops.
Now
The
we don't know if
sound,
it's the male or the woman, but you're
yeah,
feeling like it's the woman. We don't know who's doing it, but we know that it stops
Yeah.
at a
I
certain
mean,
stair.
I felt like it was a woman who's
And
on the
fair
stairs.
enough.
You would experience her. She makes footsteps. You would hear her. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
And
I
yeah,
didn't pick up
again,
any nefarious energy, but I'm not standing in the space.
yeah.
I don't typically, yeah. So
No, but that's you
Hmm.
picked up on the walking and hearing the walking. That's the biggest claim is like the steps, and they're so loud. When I was there on the tour, I heard them. I was in the first floor and I heard them on the second floor. It's like
wow.
you just hear people on those wood floors walking.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
still,
yeah.
so evidently they still see this boy in the window. So
well, that's what he told me, and he says,
the
'cause
neighbors, yeah.
yeah, the neighbor, he says it's everybody knew about it on the
Cool.
street.
Wow, cool.
So
Well, they
Now
got
I
to stop
gotta
and
now
take
I gotta walk by
pictures.
all the time. Exactly. No,
oh, it's creepy.
I
I tell
do.
you, I've been there
It is
many
creepy.
times at night. Me and my buddy, we would walk down the street, and to see that house pitch dark,
Oh, it is. You can
you know,
imagine.
yeah, it's
Yeah, let
creepy.
me in.
There's-
I
Yeah.
want in.
and I was never,
I
I
know.
was never,
Anthony,
Let's
let's
do
go.
it. Let's
and
go.
when I was shooting,
My bug bag.
I was never bothered by anything. It felt very cozy to me.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but when I was editing it, and I'm in front of the screen and I'm listening to it, and there's a scene in a movie where I had the reenactment of the two guys, the sheriff and the contractor, and they're asking, hello, and I have the cameras rolling, and I have a beautiful shot of it, and you're hearing, there's nothing piped in. This is recording onto camera. And you can hear the house. And I swear, I mean, when I was editing it,
Oh,
that's when I got creeped out. Looking back at the footage, even though it was bright sunny day, you know, and like when I said, when I was there, nothing. When I was there, it was nothing. It was like a
Right.
nice house.
What did
You
you
didn't
hear?
notice it.
It's just you heard the house, like you could hear. Wasn't hearing footsteps, but it was like you just. I don't know. I had such a strange sensation when I was editing that scene, and the camera's
Mhm.
looking this way down the hall, and the
Mhm.
two guys walk to the
On the
stairs where,
stairs.
yeah, and
Stairs.
you could
Yeah,
just
the
you
stairs.
hear nothing,
Yeah.
but there's something about it. I mean, when you watch the film, there's that scene. It's very quiet,
Mhm.
and they walk to the steps. It's just like I didn't touch anything. I was like, I'm not gonna amplify anything or tweak
Right. I
anything.
know it.
It was just it gave chills. You know, it was chilling for me to edit, and that's the only time that I was a little bit like, hmm. But when I was there, nothing. But when I was home and I had it on my screen,
Yeah.
that's when it was like, wow, that was really
Yeah.
neat. I don't know what
Yeah.
it just was a
Do
feeling.
you think you were? Do you think you were capturing the spirit on camera, and that's what you were experiencing?
I don't know. It just gave me a sense.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
spot in
no,
the
I get it.
movie.
You
Yeah, it's
probably
just,
did caught something, and from you visual, because I go through evidence. I've been doing it forever, and certain things you come across, and it's like, you get that, and it's on the screen. It's not.
yeah,
It's something there that's trying to, you know, get your attention, and even it's
Yeah.
on the screen. They're gonna reach out, like how Kim could read a picture. They're doing the same thing on video to you.
Oh, good
You know,
point. Yeah, good
and
point.
you
True.
will.
Good point.
I mean, there's
Yeah, very
probably
good point.
something there that you picked up, because cameras, the audio and the audio on the cameras
Yeah.
is phenomenal at picking up EVPs,
yeah.
and the lens is it's much better than the eye, so you can pick up shadows and stuff like that also. But you probably did have something there.
Something because like I
Yeah.
shot them. I had two
I agree.
locations. I was on the inside of the one of the rooms shooting this angle of them, and they come in that room looking. Nothing. There's nothing. Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't feel anything. I don't see anything. And then I have the other cameras to do a turnaround, and you could see them walk from the door, and it's like a profile of them on that
Yeah.
part of the movie. They're walking toward here, the steps, and they're walking towards the
Yeah.
steps. It's that part of the movie. It's got to be 30
Yeah.
seconds, and
Yeah.
Oh,
you
now
can
we got to
hear
go
the
watch it
creaks,
again.
the creaks of the house. The house
Yeah.
is almost like,
It's so old.
it's an old house. You know what I mean?
But
But
I
it's-
feel like the
you're
fact
gonna
that
get
you
the creaks,
stopped
the settling and stuff
and
like
felt
that.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was
I
such
know,
a
but-
strange, and I always talk about it. And
Yeah.
every time anybody ever asks me, I talk about that part. That what is it? Maybe 15 seconds.
It's all it takes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to dive in even a little deeper into this. Did you feel an emotion or a thought?
I can't.
I'm
I
so
don't know.
curious.
It was just. I just remember it. Vividly. I remember editing that
Mhm.
scene, and and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
part of the movie where I just kind of stopped, and I just. Because usually you're editing, you're doing things, you're like, oh, let's how to, but it was like I just stopped, and I became audience. And usually, when you're editing, I'm editing,
Interesting.
but
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden I was audience. And I was just like,
That's cool.
Wow.
I bet you could do like a documentary on that. Just go back and listen to your audio and just look
Right.
for, and you could probably make a haunted documentary on that place of the footage that you shot for the movie itself.
Well,
yeah,
Just
what else
whatever you left
what
on the
else
floor might
happened?
have. Whatever
Yeah.
you left on the floor after the editing,
yeah,
whatever you left on the
See
floor,
what's there.
you take everything back and just do the raw footage and the raw audio.
Ooh.
And you could
Anthony's
probably
ready.
you probably will pick up EVPs. You may pick up shadows. You might even pick up something moving in the
Yep. But
distance.
you weren't looking for it.
You know what I
We
mean?
would see it.
But you're not
Like
looking
we
for
would
that
see a
because
shadow.
your focus is on editing what you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
do next, how you want your story presented. That's
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
want when you produce it and when you're editing and stuff. But if you sit back and
Great
you
point.
listen, you probably get all kinds of stuff, and you could probably do the documentary besides
Just
your
on-
movie,
just
on
on the
just-
making of the making
the
of.
making of
The
and the
making
actual
of the
haunting
Ghost
of.
Summer Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
now
know?
you got his brain going. too much.
Yeah. Now wait a
No.
minute. I
No,
got too
but
many projects.
no, but I love this idea. No, because you're not looking like we're looking or listening, like, and especially not
Mhm.
listening. No offense,
Right.
like we're listening, and I bet you there's stuff in there. That's a great point, Anthony. See, that's
Yeah.
why we
Yeah,
have
I
him on
still
the
have it.
show.
I mean, I still have. I have it. I have a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
Use your
I love it.
main
So what?
your raw footage that we ever had. Your main
Yeah.
copy, and just go back and you can review that.
Yeah.
Brian,
that'd be
tell
cool.
them what else happened. Didn't stuff happen when we were when you were filming me? Stuff happened.
Oh, you mean I was going to say that when we were
Yeah, in the
talking
studio.
about it. We were
Yes,
talking about
every
it.
time we talked about it, something would happen.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Well, there's
Yeah,
two
I love
things.
this.
So, in the movie, this is really this happened. And I'm filming Jim. Jim is sitting, this doesn't look like this, but he was sitting over here, and I'm out of view here, and I would have two cameras on him. Okay, you always shoot with two cameras, right? Because you want a close up. Then if something is wrong, you have a cutaway. But I have a close up, so I have two separate cameras rolling
Mm-hmm.
and a separate audio rolling. Okay, because that's a backup audio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's mentioning the story about the Lutheran minister, how he said that what he felt the energy was demonic. So, okay, blah, 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 blah. So I get in the editing, he says demonic, my camera goes black, but it keeps rolling.
Wow.
All right, no problem. I have two cameras.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other camera goes black at the same time and still
Oh, yeah.
records for about
Wow.
I don't know, it's a couple seconds. It's in the movie. I put it in the movie. I was like, I tell everybody what
Two
happened.
cameras.
This is what happened. Two cameras.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
So, because you can hear
Awesome.
the audio drops because I have another recording of the audio, but the two cameras, now one goes, one could happen. Anything can happen. It's electronics. But to have two cameras go at that point when he says the word demon and it
Wow.
goes to black.
It's,
And then
yeah,
I had to put things, I had to make it all work because I still had
Right.
I had the separate audio going so I could make the movie keep going and fix it in the
Mhm.
mix. I fixed it in the mix. So what
Right.
I do in the movie is I show the movie and you see the scene, blah, 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 blah. And then I go back and I show what actually
Wow.
happened in the, in the studio. So that happened. And then
And
when we
then?
were talking,
You asked me the kinds of hauntings, and I was
Yep.
mentioning intelligent hauntings, residual.
Yeah.
And
then
he said,
something-
"What's the last kind?" And I said, "Some people consider demonic hauntings
Yes.
as a type." And what happened? Something
something-
fell, or the
something
lamp
fell
Yeah,
from the
something
top.
like blew up. We were like, "What?"
But I
In
was
the
like,
studio.
why?
Weird.
Why would I
Yeah.
be bothered? I'm off
Something
site.
fell like
why,
off the
why
top
is it?
down. We were like,
the place you were in, was it religious?
"Yes, very
No.
only."
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
house
yeah.
or when this
Yeah.
happens.
The house
Yeah.
was a seminary. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
They
So
taught
what
young
happened is
seminarians.
when you say demonic, it might not be a
Yeah.
demonic entity. It might be somebody that's religious that doesn't like
Right.
to
Yeah.
hear and is fighting against it.
Yes.
So when they shut down the cameras,
Right.
maybe they just say, "You're not saying that word here."
Good
Yeah,
point.
but
You're
here's the
not saying that
problem.
here.
That happened here
Oh,
in
in
this
there.
studio.
Oh,
Yes,
space
not in
and
the
time
house.
don't matter.
Well, wait a minute. You were
No.
talking
Yeah,
about
but
that
space
place
and
in
time
your
don't
studio.
matter.
Yes.
Nope,
Yeah, it
they
doesn't
don't.
matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter the space because
Doesn't
when you're
matter.
talking about a location, remember, they're not physical bodies. They could be anywhere.
Right.
So if you're talking
Yeah.
about what they are and you're doing a documentary, so they might be somebody there that followed you guys or
Yeah.
knows you're talking about it that does not want to be associated with anything demonic.
Well,
Yeah,
it
I'm
freaked
saying-
me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. It freaked
freaked
us
me
out
out.
when we were
Freak
sitting
me out
there.
too.
Yeah.
Ivan and I
It might
said
not
the
be a
word
demonic
demonic.
entity. It might be somebody trying to fight the word demonic that doesn't say, "Hey, we're not demonic here. We're
Yeah,
religious.
shut
We
down
believe in
that
God
story.
and everything
That's
like
not-
that."
That's not the
You know?
truth.
Yeah.
That's not the real
They were
story
very.
about this. But yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so
but yeah, it
that's-
is true. Like the religious
Yeah. So it
I
could be
love
either
it.
way. I mean, maybe there is something there, but then
Yeah.
again, the other option could be somebody there that doesn't want to be associated with that.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
Well,
there
all
might have
I
been
know
a
is
few
it
real.
further
happened.
It's a great
exorcisms
place.
too. You know,
Both
All I know
cameras
is it
going out.
happened.
Yeah.
It happened here,
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
and it was, it made
Yeah.
me think for a second, like
It
maybe
was
I should do it.
wicked.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was like, maybe I should do a documentary on
Yeah.
flowers or something.
Yeah.
Growing flowers.
Switch the story.
Take a picture every day.
think
The flower growing.
Unicorn
Time
and
lapse.
bunny.
Time lapse flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim, do you want to
Start
do your
searching for
second reading?
unicorns.
Oh my God, magical
Yeah,
unicorns, sparkly.
sure.
You want to do the
So
second reading?
I have two. Yeah, I have two more. I guess since we're kind of on the stairs, I'll go to the stairs. So I'm
Okay.
going to go back to these stairs here because I do feel like these stairs are quite active paranormally. I again see that woman, this sad woman at the top of the stairs here. You would go through this and you might actually start to feel like the sensations of either consumption, like tuberculosis in the chest, or you just might walk into the house and just feel like this overall sadness and overwhelm for the loss of family members, which is so interesting because other than those sudden losses, there is quite this beautiful, vivacious, loving, caring in the community, vicious and goodwill of this family as well. Saying good moral, like a divinity kind of thing, like goodwill with God. They were very righteous in that way. Very busy. I'm seeing so much going on in this house throughout the mid to late 1700s. You would experience this woman. So feel her with dark hair, and it does go gray. So I do feel like she passed in her 60s, but she's showing me herself as this young, grieving woman. I do feel an M name associated with her, like M.A. could be Mary, and she's very connected to this house. So this woman, she is absolutely seen. I see her in revolutionary long dress, the bigger long dress, simple. She absolutely would be seen around here. You might hear a crying child, you might hear a crying woman in this house, and she has full range of the house. So I see her going up the stairs, down the stairs. I do feel like people would see her as an apparition. She shows herself to me in this younger age. I'm not sure if that's when she died, but she's showing me this like scene, this like really intense, sad scene in the house.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. So that's where the
So-
religious part comes into it.
Yeah.
And
I mean-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which movie? What's the name of this movie? This movie?
This is Ghost of Somerville, Old Dutch Parsonage.
Okay. Because Lourdes
Right.
asked, somebody in the audience asked what the name of the movie
Right.
was.
Yeah, there's
Old
Ghost
Dutch
of Somerville.
Parsonage.
There's
So-
two of them. Ghost of Somerville, Mrs. Mix, and Ghost of Somerville, Old Dutch Parsonage. So it's always Ghost of Somerville, and then there's a title after it.
Okay.
Right.
Good. And
Um,
they can find that on
So-
YouTube or whatever.
That's on Tubi TV. They can watch it for free. It's everywhere, but it's
Okay.
free on Tubi. It's on Plex. It's on Roku. But Tubi TV is like the easiest way to find it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Roku has it. That one is not on
Yep,
Amazon, but it's on every free platform you can find. Basically, it's everywhere.
okay.
All right.
And so Peter
Awesome.
Stryker, who bought the house in the early 1800s, he was a physician, right? Dr. Stryker.
I don't.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
He was a physician. So I wish we had like a, little bit more of the history, but I'm going to look all that up. I'm going to see if I can find an M name. The Reverend Hardenberg's and Reverend Frelinghuysen's wife, both same lady, her name was Dina. But like I said, she was extremely homesick, like really not happy to be in this country kind of thing, but made the most of it. But she left behind a diary. So I think I'd like to do a little bit reading of that, and maybe I can let you know. She actually wrote a diary. She was brilliant. So,
Awesome.
and
Interesting.
yeah, and she's buried not far from here. So I think I'd like to check that out a little bit. But she
Al-
sounds like
also
a heroic
remember-
lady.
He said that the psychic said that she saw the letter M, and both
She
of his
did.
wives was the name Mary.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mary Magdalene, and there was
Yeah.
another Mary. So
Yep.
both of his wives
Stryker's
had an
wives.
M.
Wow.
Interesting.
Good,
There you
Kim.
go.
Interesting.
There you
There
got
you
it.
go.
You got it. Kim, do you
I-
want to
and
play a
then-
couple more of yours? You want to play a couple more
Yeah, I'm
yours
gonna
because
do
I want
one
to get into. We have to get into movies. He has the movies I want to get into and some other stuff he has. So
This guy does
you
a
want
lot
to?
of stuff.
We got stuff here. We're going to be here all night long. Everybody, get your cocos and just sit back.
Go
Kim,
ahead,
you
Kim.
want to just you play a couple of yours, and then we'll go into the movies and everything.
You got one more, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, two more.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm gonna do one more. And it's
Okay.
funny, I feel like this is a very quiet location. I'm seeing stuff into the 1800s, and then I'm not really seeing anything. So I don't know if it was abandoned at that time and then restored. Quite a strong revolutionary connection. They keep wanting to talk to me about writing and education. The other thing I'm seeing in here too is I'm seeing a bench, like a very small desk or bench, and there is writing going on. Writing, education. It's funny, what they're showing me with this is like Little Women, the book Little Women. So there's something here about education and writing and authorship. I don't know if somebody here wrote a book or a woman that would have been known for writing a book. Yeah, they're talking about Charlotte Bronte. These are like other like authorship or educational families, authors. Charlotte Bronte, the Bronte family. Little Women and Bronte, I think, are in the 1800s. So this could be a different family that I'm tapping into at this point in time because that's a different time frame than the Revolutionary. But there is an aspect here to education. Strong education would be like paramount. I don't even know if they taught in here. I'm seeing like rows of desks. Education that would have expanded outside of the home. Began in the home, read, write, education. I'm also seeing quite reserved here, so religious as well.
Wow. Okay. So totally dead on. They literally would have, Brian can attest to this, they would literally have rows of desks. When I took the tour, they told me like literally it would be like a classroom.
Nice.
Like this is like classroom.
Yeah.
So, and I did look up Reverend Hardenberg. He did have 3 kids, and one of them was an M name as well. Maria. Oh, he had 9 children. Sorry, 9 children. Maria was one of them.
That is a big family. It was a big family.
But huge family. But that's funny because there's a lot of girls too. A lot of girls. So that I'm counting in these kids. But I almost wonder if Dr. Stryker was very, maybe that was when it came in. You said it was more like the 1800s. Maybe his kids were, into books and stuff like that. But he may have insisted on it, kind of thing. And I'll look into that a little bit. But yeah, you're dead on with the education. This place was a seminary. So you didn't know this because we just sent you a picture of stairs, but it was a seminary. Mm-hmm. So yeah, dead on.
Awesome.
Upstairs.
Well, the revolution.
Kim's amazing.
From stairs.
Yeah.
What can you get from stairs and a creepy bedroom?
Well, I knew that's where the action was.
The Revolution Connection, it's across the street from the Wallace House where
that's true.
Washington headquartered. So
wow.
Right. So it's directly across the street from the Wallace House, which is built a little bit later in 1776, I want to say, right? And
I don't know.
Washington actually stayed there during the Second Middlebrook encampment for 6 months with Martha.
Oh, yeah, that's
They moved in for 6 months. So it's really cool if you visit it.
Really stayed there, not like
not dance there like in Van Vechten House that we featured.
But
it's
like
something else.
Yeah, question: where didn't he stay?
Where didn't he stay? We say in New Jersey.
Washington. He was like one of those guys that went everywhere.
Got around.
I'm coming over. Like, guess you can't get rid of. Go home already.
Washington. Oh God, it's George again. Yeah.
Here, George. Oh, damn, his teeth and everything. So,
no, it's true. But yeah, 6 months. So that's another house we got to feature sometime.
Okay, let's feature some of his movies now.
No, it's not. It's funny.
Let's feature some of his movies now. Hello, ladies.
Not haunted. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah,
we're gonna run out of time, and then we're gonna be
going.
like, I mean,
sorry.
Your first movie you said that you did was Rooster.
No. First movie was Sustainable Life.
Okay.
Sustainable life
yeah.
with unlimited transformations. That was the one. There it is.
Okay.
That's a
the one.
story. That story is about the future of organ harvesting.
Oh wow.
And it's about they have for the rich, they have warehouse full of what are called humans, a half man, half pig, and they keep them warehoused in like a coma state, and they harvest
Mm.
their organs. They genetically modify them to be theirs, so that there's no rejection. So it's like
Oh wow.
they can just take whatever
Mm.
they want. So they can.
Yeah.
So what happens
Yeah.
was the doctor that was very old, like 150 years old or something, who designed all this, he falls in love with one of them. And he imagines that, he's going to break her out. Her name is Eve, and his name is Jack Adams.
Hmm.
So it's an Adams and Eve type of story. So he
Ah.
breaks her out and he hides her in his private studio, and keeps her alive in his tube, and he's in love with her, and he thinks that she's going to wake up and become aware, is what they say in the movie, and like
Mhm.
totally want him. And now this is Sarah. This picture here, this is Sarah. That's the computer that talks to him. And this is my niece who played this beautifully. And
She did a great job.
yeah, she did a great job. And so Sarah is jealous of Eve. She's jealous that her creator is more interested in Eve and not Sarah. Sarah, her whole thing is she wants to feel the sun upon her face, is what she says. She wants to be
Oh.
flesh. She wants to be flesh. So
Mhm.
her dream is to get one of these humans and take it over with her mind, so she can walk around and
Mhm.
be and exist. So that's what
Nice.
it's a quirky black and white sci-fi that I did with no actors, no money during the shutdown because I didn't know what else to do. And it took
But it got
off,
you
and
started.
yeah, and it took off,
It
and it
did.
won all kinds of awards. It's really
It's
big
well done.
in Europe. It won
Wow.
these awards in the what is it, TIFF festival. They wanted it. It's
Yeah.
in Moldova. They love stuff like that. So it's just
Yeah.
because it can happen. I figured could happen. It's like
It
this
could.
guy
Yep.
creates these animals, and she's half woman, half pig, and she's beautiful, and he falls in love with her, and he thinks in his mind she's gonna love him back, and of course,
It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I was glued to it. I mean, it's one of those things like, you say, okay, Harry Potter. Oh, this boy finds out he's a wizard who lives under the thing. Like, it's like, okay, what? But when you see it, like, it's so well done. And you
It's
actually
simple.
start to really worry
It's
about
like 50
artificial life.
Yes.
You
Well,
know,
I mean,
like,
they're
you think,
doing it now.
how
They're
far
doing it
can
now.
we go?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's good sci-fi. It's good horror. It's good.
It's
good.
a lot of fun. I had fun doing
Yep.
it. And
Who played her part, Miss Piggy?
What's that?
No.
Who played her part, Miss Piggy?
No,
Eve?
no, it was a
My
mannequin.
bestie.
It was a mannequin that played Eve.
Yeah, I mean, like, no budget, no problem. But
I
mean, that's great.
Line, no budget,
the whole
no
thing, I
problem.
think
And
the
look
whole
how well
Do
it
I
did.
have any clips from that on here?
No,
That's
no,
everywhere
because he has so
too.
many others. Yeah, let's go on to Mrs.
And where
Mix.
can
So
people see that on the
That's
same thing?
That's Amazon, Tubi. Tubi is always free,
Okay.
So
right, Amazon.
that's everywhere. Yeah, that's everywhere. And then
I don't think I have Tubi also. I gotta check.
Yep, Amazon. That's on Amazon too, though.
yeah, that's on Amazon. But and
so
then we
next-
got into then I went into the
Wow.
documentaries.
Right. So you did Old Dutch Parsonage and Mrs. Mix, which I'm not going to say too much about, but let's just say that it's based on a house that's maybe close to mine, like maybe super close to mine.
Yes.
A haunting on my street, let's say.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah,
that does very well.
We have pictures from that. I put pictures.
Do we have clips that I could play?
No, we have. Yes, I think I sent you one, but there's pictures. They're all sitting around the table.
Okay, what's the
Ouija
clip?
board.
What's the Ouija? I got one here, Ouija board.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, go ahead. Put that on.
Okay, I'm going to put that on.
Okay, great.
Broke out the Ouija board. And, we're all having fun. We're drinking. We got the Ouija board out, and we're there trying to get her to talk to us. And she didn't want to talk to us. So I said to her, what's the matter? Why don't you want to talk to me? You B, I called her bitch. And as soon as I said that,
get your hands down here. Come on, bro.
Mrs. Nix, are you here? Are you with us? Will you come down from the attic and reveal yourself to us? Is there someone you wish to communicate with? Come on, Mrs. Nix. Give us a sign. Any sign.
That's good.
So tell us.
Ouija board.
I know it's like, oh, I want to see it. Tell us the story of Mrs. Mix.
Mrs. Mix is the story. That's my cousin, and he's always told his story, and I didn't realize, I wasn't paying attention, because then I knew it existed, and then when he sat down, I interviewed him. He told me the story. It's almost, you're like, what?
Yeah.
So basically, it's about an old lady that lived in this house, and she had lots of cats. And she kept herself and blah, 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 blah. Typical, quirky. And then all of a sudden she was gone. Nobody knew anything about her. Somebody checked on her and they found her, and she was dead in the attic, and her cats were eating her. So it was like a horrific scene. And years later, my cousin moved into the house. And apparently that this has been going on, and she haunts, and all this stuff had nothing evil.
No.
But
Just a haunting.
Yeah, it was to the point where they would walk in and just, I'm here, Mrs. Mitch, don't do this or don't do that. Things would fly off the wall, and then they had a picture. It's pretty cool, because they all this normal stuff would happen, haunting stuff. Nothing evil, but obviously something. But the creepy part of that is when, after his parents passed and they cleaned the house finally, and in the attic, he took a picture to show the all of his relatives, all the his sisters and brothers. Look at the house, how clean it is. And then somebody said, "What about whose face is that?" and they're like,
Wow.
"What?" And they looked at the picture again, and you could see the outline of a face. It looked like a lady. It looks like a lady with something. It's pretty creepy. So that was
We
walk
gotta
by his
hang
house
out
every
sometime.
day.
Go to cool places, you know that.
yeah.
We gotta hang
in
out.
the attic, and I'm like,
I love
at
attics.
this house that may or may not be close to mine. I
Does,
I could
does
pretty
he
much
still
touch
live
it.
there?
No.
No, there's a family that lives there now, but
bummer.
I did know the people who lived there, I think, after him, perhaps, and they had activity.
Oh yeah.
Or more
Wow.
recently, probably 10 years ago, they lived
Yeah.
up to 10 years ago, but they were elderly at the time, so they lived there for a
Mhm.
while. Yeah, they had definitely had activity. She told me about it. So that's a house haunting movie,
Yeah, it's a
but
house
it's a
haunting.
good story. I don't know.
That's
Kim's a
awesome.
veterinarian. I don't know if cats really would eat people, but that's the
Yeah,
urban
they
legend
do.
in Somerville.
Well,
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They do.
That's
They
good.
do.
See, she's a vet,
Yeah.
so
No, dogs
we're
will,
getting it here.
dogs will too.
Mhm.
Dogs will
Okay.
too. They
If
both.
they
So-
do.
Yeah.
Because I
Fingers
heard
and
cases
bodies.
of that already. People dying and their animals will eat them.
Really?
And right here in Brooklyn or Queens, something like that. Yeah. I know
Okay,
people
here we
that
are
heard it.
off the rails already. That's way off the rails.
Well, I want off the rails. You were talking about cats eating
We
people.
were talking about
dogs.
it. On the
Yeah,
rails.
what's going on here? It's a good way to get rid of a body. You get the body in. You just throw them in with a
Knows how to
bunch of
get-
cats. They chow down and everybody's happy.
And that's
Yeah,
a good
they
way to
do
get
the
rid
work.
of a body. Oh my God.
So-
See? Off the rails.
You
I
have
don't know, Mrs.
Mix.
other movies.
There's more. I think there's more
Yeah.
pictures from that.
You got-
from that.
Well, which one
movie,
you want to
but
do
maybe
next?
not.
Rooster or Hyde?
The Hid. I think The Hid next. It's up to you, Brian.
Whatever you have.
It's called The Hid. Or
Yeah, the Hid.
Hide?
Yeah, let's
The
do
Hid.
that.
The Hid. Okay.
This is my favorite, hands down. I love this one.
Why is
That
it your
is
favorite?
I was genuinely scared.
yeah, that's
is a
the
scary
story of
movie.
Billy Shire. That's the story of Billy
Yes.
Shire.
Tell us all about it. It's a true
They
story.
were
Or
yeah,
no?
it's it's what happened
Okay.
was a town sold the rights to flood the town to become a reservoir. And the Shires, they had an ice farm and they were against it, so the town got rid of them. And so what it was is they, while the town was now that's Mrs. Mix.
Yep, that's from Mrs. Mix. We're still back.
That's a different one.
Yep.
And
Okay.
These
then
are more like. Go ahead. There's like
they
a
what
sheriff
happened is
guy.
Let him
they
finish.
while the
All right.
water was rising, they locked him in that pump house, and so they drowned. They killed the mother and drowned the boy in the pump
Wow.
house, and apparently he, comes back in revenge and haunts the town. That's the gist of it,
Where is
and there's well, it's called Hidden View in the Hidden View Reservoir. It's an actual place, but I was going to do it in the actual place, but they gave me so much trouble about doing it and charged us so much money to get like 30 seconds of footage. And I was just like, but I said, did anybody ever hear Friday the 13th and what it did for, that town
Yeah.
in New Jersey? And they're
Yeah.
still making money off of it. They're still
Right.
renting the cabins. They're still making money off of that movie that was in 1981. And I said, I'm trying to shine a light on this place. I said, forget it. Then you know what? I'm not ever going to mention where the real town is. So that's why I left it.
Okay.
I was like, you're going to give me a hard time, then I'll leave you to yourself.
Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
The Hid, okay. But it was actually the Hid is the Hidden View Devil.
The Hidden View Devil. That's what he was called because apparently the story is that he wanted to be a puppet. So he put his legs in dry ice so they would rot, and they'd have to amputate him, and he would replace his legs with wooden things so he can dance around, and he would say, do you want to see me dance? Do you want to see me dance? That's what
Oh yeah. This is
yeah.
creepy.
I'm actually
dark.
I've talked to Helen, Leora Callis, who plays Helen in that movie, and we are discussing to do the play in New York. Probably not this summer, probably be in the fall, and call it Helen Shire and do her story.
Okay, so that's the mother, Helen.
That's the mother, yeah.
And she's a powerful actress. Like
Oh
this
my God,
woman
yes.
just carries this
Unbelievable.
movie. And unbelievable actress. I was blown away by her. But she is haunting and creepy.
Yeah.
Like I just like, you don't know. Like, I don't want to give too much away. Like, is she a psychopath or is she brilliant?
Well, that's how
like
that's what I'm
really
gonna
well
do.
done.
I'm gonna play that because the opening scene in the movie, when she's pulling the rope and you hear the squeaking, you never see what she's pulling.
Right.
And she's talking to Billy, but you never hear him. And the reason I did that is because
never see him.
originally my son played the part. And it starts out where she's pulling him away because the sheriff's coming to get him and the mob, and he can't walk, right? So she's pulling him with this rope, and so I said, so she would say, come on, Billy, come on, and oh yes, mommy wants to see you dance. Come on. She's hysterical. She plays like an hysterical parent, like cold. But when I heard my son and I put his voice in there, to hear my son in distress, I couldn't do it.
No.
So I was like, I can't hear my son act like he's in distress. So I couldn't listen to it. So I pulled his voice out, and it took on this whole other creepy meaning. You never hear Billy. So then you start to wonder, well, wait a minute. And that's what we're going to do in the play. Is Billy even alive?
Right.
Maybe
like, is she crazy?
maybe it's
Right.
a reverse psycho type of thing. Like her son's been
Right.
dead for years and she's still pulling him around in this box, and thinking that he's alive, so we're going to dive into that part of it because she plays it so well.
She does.
Is this the
And
actress you're talking about?
yeah, there
Yes,
she is.
that's her. That's her pulling him into the
Yeah.
shed. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And so I'm excited about doing that. It's basically a one-act play. It'll be in the New York theater festival, because I'm part of the guild there. So it'll be less intense for me to do because it's not a film. I'm going to film it,
Right.
but it's less intense. It's not like this gigantic budget you need. It's like, hey man, here it is. We're going to do the opening scene. We're going to do the interview scene. We're going to have a couple other things. Being in 45 minutes, I shoot it, a couple of rehearsals. Let's go put it on stage live, and it's just like, yeah, she's
I'm
just
like,
she's
pretty
in.
cool.
So yeah, that's what I'm working on
she's
that right now.
amazing.
Yeah.
Even if you get a chance to watch the trailer with her just in the beginning
Yeah, the
scene, you're
trailer
just like,
alone,
it's
the
so
trailer
gripping.
of that movie, that's all you have to watch. You're like,
Yeah,
I watched
really scary.
you had the YouTube I watched, and she was doing an interview with the police officer.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yes,
That's
seen
him.
that,
I
and,
played
she,
a
and
cop.
it was like that was very interesting how how everything went on that. I was like, wow. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to definitely check this movie out.
yeah. It's a
It's
no
creepy.
budget movie. I wanted to get some real actors. I couldn't do it the way I wanted, but I was like, it's a nice campfire story. I mean, you could just sit there and listen to it. And then we turned it into a book. It's a book actually,
Oh wow.
because it's like you could just listen to it. You don't have to watch it, and it's like a readable story. So we put it in a book with a different ending, with the original ending. The movie is different than the book. Um, and then I was like, I said I'm never gonna, it was a lot of pressure, but then we decided to do Roosters
I
next.
agree. I
Mary,
agree.
but maybe
And
tomorrow when it's not dark.
I
No,
always
it's
need a break.
true.
It's just like, when they get done coaching basketball, it's like, I can't stand it. I can't do this again. And all of a sudden a week goes by. You're like, okay, I guess I'll coach baseball. It's just like,
Oh my
you just got to
God.
step back and so then we
Mhm.
did Roosters. And that was the reason we did that, is because I always wanted to do it. I wrote that script. I wrote that book when I was 32. And then my father said, put the book out. This is in 2016ish. And it's like, okay, whatever. He goes, we'll turn to a script. And then he submitted it to Cannes. And we won first place for thriller suspense in 2017.
Wow.
But I never
Oh.
intended to make in the movie because it's gigantic. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
this is the pilot. That is Dee. She's a Cranford girl.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And to the right is Liz, who plays Sunny. But so we did it. I did another thing. Oh, there's Patrick Alwyn. He's in Britain. It's hard to find. He's British, and my other actors are Australian. I mean, I had guys. That's Nick. He's phenomenal.
He's the main character.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the story a little bit? Just the background on the
The
story?
story is about a secret society of like the top. Oh, that's Brandon. He plays the mayor. Phenomenal actor who's going to be the next feature that we're working on. The Shire Club. We're revisiting the storyline. The story is about a secret society that was created back when the revolution was decided. And it's a very, very, forget about top 1%, above them. And when they were nervous about losing their money, well, it's like because they were in bed with both sides. They worked, with the loyalists in Britain. They were making tons of money. They were afraid of this whole independence thing. So they said, well, let's form this club so we can keep an eye on things and we can really run things, in the dark, and so they became so powerful and rich. They became so bored that they really went off the deep end. And then basically they had this club and they would have their entertainment, one of their entertainment things is they would have human cockfights and to the death, and then they would eat the loser. It was like a thing for them. And it's about
More
this,
cannibalism.
yeah, it's about the struggle between the boy and his father, because the father's dead in the story
It's a
and in the
haunting.
movie. He's the ghost.
Right.
And Travis doesn't want, Travis was like from a different place. He doesn't want any part of this. He's like totally at the other side of the fence of this. So he's battling. He gets called back to the farm because he's supposed to be the next head cock of roosters, because it's a lineage thing. And but he doesn't want any part of it. So, and he falls in love with the girl who's going to pull him away from this nightmare. So his father haunts him, you know, to try to convince him that you have to be the leader, you know, and you can't. And so it's a very
Dark.
it's really, really neat. And Nick played it really, he's very dark. I mean, it opens up, you know, it's this horrific scene, and where you do hear my son, because I'm over that part now. So he's screaming, "Hear my
'Cause
son!"
Now he's
And
a superstar.
the very beginning, it takes place where he's being dragged because he's going to show them this scrotum pool in the woods, what they do to people if they do them wrong. So he's bringing to him. So that's the first scene. It's horrific. You don't see anything, but it's horrific. And so
It's
you hear my son screaming and screaming, and then you hear the rooster, and it takes place in 1974. It starts in 68, takes place in 74, and he is woken up, and now Travis is an adult. And that's where it starts in the movie. And it's really cool. And it's just the pilot. So it takes you meet the characters, and it takes you know what the story is. And so it's about an hour long. It's a pilot to sell the series. And but it's really,
It's on
really cool.
Amazon. It's on everywhere.
No, that's not really, that's just on the YouTube page.
YouTube, just YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, that's on my YouTube page,
Okay.
and you can sit there and watch it. And it's shot in black and white. We shoot it like a play because I love to shoot
It's
things. Everything was
beautifully
in
shot.
sets, little teeny sets. You know, I don't care. You know, we had a car. We took my father-in-law's car. He had a 68, and we pushed it in a garage, and we put a movie projector behind it. I mean, I like those vintage things. I like the way
That's
they
awesome.
did that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like Night of the Hunter. You know, it's like, the guy is on a stage in a fake car, and there's, it, but
Yeah.
you don't care. You know,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So I wanted to
Yeah.
shoot it like that. I wanted to shoot it like it's fun. It's like, well, let's do it. Let's just bounce the car while they're in it, you know, and we'll have a movie projector in the back, and it's beautiful. I love it. It's in black and white.
It came out beautiful.
They did a fantastic job, and I hope we can finance the whole thing.
Hopefully. Yeah,
You
definitely. I know
sent me some clips. We got some clips
Yeah,
here. I'm going to play
did.
them. I'm not sure which
Okay.
one's what. It's all black and white, so I'm assuming it's
okay.
this movie.
Yeah, that must be Russo.
We settled for what we know.
Curio, I'm going to tell you. It's not my mother!
He's just a boy!
Kinda nuts.
You might be scared of him, but I'm not. It's because of you. You did it. You did this to Mother. What the hell's going on? His real family was the club.
You did this, don't you, boy?
Are we not family, Master Travis?
Please promise me that if you see anything weird at all, anything, you run right in the other direction.
What the heck was that?
I don't know. Looked like a bloody naked guy crawling across the street.
Will you trust me?
Yes,
She'll be fine.
Travis.
We settled for what we know.
The old man is dragging the corpse of his wife.
Yeah.
That's what he's dragging. The old ball and chain is the actual person.
Oh, God.
That's what he drags around.
It's horror.
I love that mask. That's that old mask
Yeah.
with
So
the
good.
plagues, and they used to
Yeah.
put the
Yeah.
that
It
mask
was
was
so
great.
great. Patrick, he was the guy in the car who has a Texas accent. You know, I had no idea what these kids were going to sound like. I mean, I got Nick, who's from Australia. I got
Right, the
Patrick,
main guy.
Patrick is thick British accent. And
He was
I
great.
had no idea what to expect. He says, well, I can do a Texas accent. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get on the set, and he just lets go. And we're just like blown away at what he sounded like. And same thing with Nick. Like when he sits there and he talks, I'm like, how do these kids do this? You know, and because as soon as you say cut, it's right back to, you know, it's just it was an amazing experience. It was stressful.
It's awesome.
But you know, that's really good. It's a really good story. It's a series waiting to be told. And what we do is we jump around from different times, you know, from the very beginnings, you know, 1700s all the way up. You know, we move around the halls. That's the name of the family's name is the halls. Moves around. And here's an interesting thing. When I originally did it, when I wrote this when I was 32 years old, it was from a dream. I woke up, I had this dream.
You dreamt it.
Dreamt it. So we finally did the thing, and then we were doing the screenplay. My father, the research that he is, he's researching everything. And he stumbles across, because I said this has to be at the same time as the revolution. He stumbles across one of the original signature senators on the Declaration of Independence is Senator Hall. So it was like, I was like, I don't know how that happened. So, I mean, if you did the research, it starts to, because during the story, everything is manipulated. The stock market crash in 29 was manipulated. Everything that happened in history was manipulated. You know, it's like a skull and bones, you know. Yeah, by the top. It's all in play. Right. You thought it was real, but it's all in play.
I have two more clips here I'd like to play. I'm not sure which one's which. I got telling how this one here is haunted by, I didn't know what to mark it, so.
At the end of it all, she came up with the conclusion that the house was haunted by a young male servant.
You're going to have to allow me a moment. A lot has happened here in this house. Oh, very quickly, I'm seeing a young person. Now leave.
So, for example, if I'm angry and the lights start to flicker, that's poltergeist activity.
Oh, okay. And so that's 3. What's the next one?
People also consider demonic hauntings as a type.
Jim, is that you?
When I got back to the Dutch parsonage, he was annoyed with me.
I was out at lunch. Why? You were just upstairs. I was just talking to you. There's nobody else in the house. Oh, no. What exactly do you think you heard? I know what I heard. Heard somebody walking around. I thought it was you. I thought you heard footsteps. Yes, I did.
Negative and human activity. I've done plenty of investigations where it's just human activity, where we've had our recorders constantly cut out. We've had batteries drained.
We're closed.
Hello? And he said to me, he said, we're dealing with an entity that may be demonic, and he said is almost certain demonic in nature. He said that's what I felt.
Hello? You hear footsteps? Yes, I did.
I suggest you come and visit the old Dutch, and you might just find out for yourself.
That was awesome.
I love that laugh. It's so great. Brian, like you walk that line so well. No,
that's fantastic.
I know.
It's hard.
So,
It's hard.
cool.
it's hard to edit a feature into a TikTok 9x16. Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. So that's your documentary, The Ghosts of Somerville. But we were just talking about roosters. I mean, I just wanted to say something about roosters. It is gorgeously shot. Like you saw the clip from it, the black and white.
Thanks.
It is
Thanks. Well, I love
beautifully
that
shot.
look. I love that look. I don't know. Is it my age? I don't know, but I love black and white film, and very high. It's very high. It's not gray. I have a very unique thing. That's all in camera. I don't do that editing. That's in camera, and it's like I do. It's very high contrast. Very high. Yeah, I do. I break all the rules. I figure since I've been a filmmaker for 5 years, so I don't have to worry about rules. So it's just like I just do what I want. And I like high contrast black and white. It's not gray. It's black and white. There's no middle. Right. And it's easier to do. It's cheaper to do. You could have multiple cameras going. That's how I save money. I have, instead of doing turnarounds and cut, reset. I mean, if I shot this like real, it would take 6 months and cost me $300,000. So it's like, because to do a scene, like when I would do something for Discovery ID, I would be in a kitchen all day to do 4 lines.
When you were acting.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about your acting. Let's talk about your acting career. I have pictures that I sent in that Anthony has.
He has one more clip. He tells how he does the filming.
Oh, I do? Oh, how about that?
Yep.
You want to?
I forgot.
Jenny, let me take care of this part. Come on, lady. She's so excited. She's like a little fangirl, I guess. I don't know.
I know. I am. I'm a fangirl.
Okay, here he is.
Shoot 2 to 3 cameras every scene when I shoot. I save time. I set up like a play. I want the actors to perform like it's a play. I want them to feed off each other. I am not doing turnarounds. I'm not doing all this stuff that I was doing in television where I could do a scene all day. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I don't have the time. I'd rather get the actors to intermingle, and I'll set cameras up. That's why they have to be identical. And this is your camera, this is your camera. I shoot like it's a soap opera, which I love. I love live theater, and that's what I'm trying to put on film, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick by it. I'm shooting in camera, low budget, black and white, multiple cameras, so people can act. And I can capture it, and I can grab it, and I can quickly put it together and get it up. That's what I'm doing. No one cares anyway, so why am I worried? Don't worry about what somebody or the industry, no one cares. So you might as well get yourself off, because that's the only person that is really watching, yourself.
Gee, I don't sound too jaded.
Oh my God, you're so inspirational. I mean, every time I leave this guy, I feel like I'm going to do everything. I mean,
well, you know what it is? You just got to do it. You just got to do it. You just have
He always says,
do
screw it. Just do it. He says to
it
me,
doesn't matter
it,
what it
just do
is.
it.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't
Screw
matter
it,
what
just
it
do it.
is. It could be anything. It could be a new job. It could be writing a book. It could be starting a business. It could be taking care of yourself. It doesn't matter. And don't look at it as a mountain. That's the problem.
Right.
When you create a mountain, it's like, oh man, I can't. There's no way I can do that. But then you got to look at it. It's like, okay, but let's just go up to here and camp there for the night. And then next day we'll go up to there and we'll camp there for a night. If you sat there and look at that mountain, you'd be like, ah, the hell with it. I can't do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that's why I do it this way. It's just like,
I agree with that, Brian. I mean, yeah, because some things, especially nowadays, are just more and more and more and more complicated when, things didn't used to be so complicated. But I actually walked onto a movie set this past Thursday at my work. It was a Netflix came in, took over the entire racetrack. And literally, I was so overwhelmed being there. There were hundreds of people. I mean, the wires, the cameras. I mean, there were like 20 cameras up. It was insanity. They had like a stunt car going around the track. They had all these tractor trailers with all kinds of equipment. And this is just one day of shooting. They probably,
Yes.
I can't say how much footage they shot that day, but it was just one day that they were there for hours. I mean,
You see why it costs so much money. That's why it costs so much money and
unbelievable.
time.
I can't imagine. There were hundreds of people. Hundreds.
I mean, when I would
there was a guy for every corner.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I do the Discovery, now the Discovery ID shows, all the reenactments, everybody knows what they are. They're an hour. Okay. We shoot, I think 4 days, I would say, is what the acting part is. Probably. I mean, the most was 2 weeks, but usually it's like 4 or 5 days. There's about 25 people on set all the time. Each one of those shows, this is all low budget, is $375,000 to produce. It's just like you're like, how does anybody?
That's low budget. Yeah.
You know,
The low budget,
I'm doing things for nothing. So it's like you have to cut corners. You know, it's because it's like that's the point. It's like, do you sit here and say, well, I can't do Roosters because I don't have the budget. Someday when I get the budget, I'll do it. Well, that never comes.
Yeah.
So I said, well, how do I do that? I know what I'll do. I know what I do. It's too big because that was written to be $60 million. I was never expecting to do it. But I said, well, how do I do it? How do I do it? I know. I'll shoot it like a play. I'll have little teeny scenes, and I don't need to shoot somebody driving down the road to go open the door to get in to sit down to find out. Let's just show the picture of where they are and then put them in it. The theater scene. There's a theater crowd. Then there's their theater box. I don't need to spend all this time getting there. The audience is smarter than you think. The audience is smarter than you think. And as long as they follow a story, they'll have fun filling in the little teeny parts. Let them explore it in their head. You know, it's like, I don't need to like bore you. It's like, okay, it's boom. They're in the bar together. Oh, this must be a date. They talk about a date they met, but we don't see that. But they talk about it. So we covered it. Now they're going to go on a date. They're going to go to a theater. Here's a theater. Boom. This happens.
Right.
This happens. This happens. And it was shot. I was like, I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was still tough, but I could do it. So I figured I got the pilot done. Here it is. Now I need the $60 million.
Yeah. Now you need someone to give $60 million.
That's it.
Because the series would be, you know, but it has to be a series because I have story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I used to
forever.
I've been. My cousin has a production company, and when I was, because I'm an electrician, so when I was unemployed or whatever, I used to work with him. I did. I was a swing grip, a grip.
Yeah.
I also worked with the cameras and stuff like that, and I could see how. I mean, and it's strenuous. We did a 2 months filming all over from New York, New Jersey, and everything. And I found it interesting how sometimes they shoot the ending of the movie first, and then they just put it in, fill it in. You know, then they shoot all the different parts of the movie for certain locations and stuff like that. And and it's all that, you know, with like Kim said, you got trailers, you got all kinds of trucks, you're unloading all day. Your morning could start like 5 o'clock in the morning, not end like 2 o'clock the next day. You know?
Oh yeah, I've been on sets where I would go first thing in the morning and do the line, and okay, we'll call you, and I'd sit in a room till 9 o'clock at night to go back and do another line.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's
so
rough.
yeah, we didn't say, but he's talking about acting on Discovery ID, right? Like another another incarnation. So how did that come about that you became an actor at your age?
I was getting these. I always wanted to do movies, so I had my picture on Backstage as a director because I wanted to do film. And I kept getting these emails, and they would say, you know, will you read for this? Will you do this? Will you do this? And I thought it was a joke because I was like, oh, it's spam. You know, it's like, I was like, how much is this going to cost me? Right. You want me to be in your show. And then I happened to catch one of the emails that said, Red Marble Media Discovery ID, and I'm like, wait a minute, I watched that show. You know, I go to bed with it on. I listen to because it's very drone stuff. It puts you to sleep.
Right.
So I said, okay. And they said, here, we want you to do this. You have to self tape. You set up a camera and you read some lines, and then they tell you if they want to use you. So they wanted me to play a guy with a South Carolina accent, and I was like, oh man, I can't do that. I'll look like an idiot. So I said, well, I can act. So what I'll do is I'll just say it straight, say it like I would act, and send it in just so I could show them that I can do it. But I'm not going to do your South Carolina accent because. And then they called me up and they said, well, you didn't get the part, but you got a better one. So I was like, okay. So I show up. I know nothing. It's like there's a couple of lines. I'm in the back room with all the extras and the background people, and they're all sitting there saying, oh, I wish I can someday I get on camera and I can. And here they call my name and they're like, who's this guy? And I walk through them all to go on set. So they're like,
God.
what's this? So I'm like, well, I'll never forget it because I was in a church and I was in a suit and it was in the summertime and it was like 120 degrees in there and sweats. I'm like, well, here you go, man. Let's go. I'm like,
you wanted to be an actor.
Yeah, I'm like, here you go. Here it is. Go ahead and do it. So I'm doing it. And then I hear the director talking and he's like, yeah, this guy Brian looks good on camera. So I'm like, and I heard him say it. So I do the thing, yada, yada, get home. Okay, whatever. And it just boom, boom.
Wow.
My phone didn't stop ringing. I was doing 2 shows a month. And it was like almost like an addiction. And I was just like, oh, I'm bored. What do I do? I got to get on set. So then I talked to somebody about it later on. I'm like, well, what is it? Why? Why me?
Yeah.
But it's because he said, if you were 28 years old, I got 10 tons of you. Mm-hmm. He says, but you got the middle age that you can play the dad, the inspector. I show up, I can do it. I'm not
You're
insane.
Professional. Yeah.
So it's like there's like 5 of us. You know what I mean? So that's how that happened. So I was like, oh, I get it. So I play that. So it's like, so I did them all. And then I finally landed the big one. And we thought like, I'm never going to make it, but I mean, it was a recurring role. So we did 2 episodes. I was like, this is how it happens. And then the pandemic shut it down and it was over. But no, it was a thrill. I mean, the first night we sat on the couch and you knew your part was on and you see yourself on a screen on television. It's exciting, and then my son was like, Dad, you're totally on TV. He's like, he couldn't believe it. But it was so funny is that
that's awesome.
Discovery ID, they repeat everything. Like they'll play the show and then they'll play it 2 more times at night and then every day for the next week until the next episode. So there'd be times where you just walk in, turn it on, and my face is on the screen.
How cool.
I remember one time I went to bed. And I'm like ready to go to sleep and I hear me talking.
Oh, it's so freaky.
And then it got to the point where my son was like, oh, what else is on? The shine was off. It was like no big deal.
Oh
God. But it was fun.
That's
but
so exciting.
It's exciting. Really cool. But I always thought it was funny because people would not the music, not the musical that was on stage, the compositions, the stuff that really takes talent, nobody got. But they saw me, they sat in the living room and saw me walk in the room and say, so, when's the last time you saw your wife? Oh my God, you're a star. It's like the least amount of talent, the least amount of work that I had to do. And that's what was considered something. I'm like, you realize that I just walked in the room.
Herein lies the problem of the world. Like, herein lies.
Exactly.
Oh, you mean the musical you did? Yeah, well, who cares? But I saw you on TV.
Yeah.
People in the mall come up to him and they're like, I saw you on TV.
I know that happened. That was funny.
He's like the famous guy around town.
She took a picture and everything. I'm like,
there's there's so much more filming around here recently. I mean, Netflix just set up their whole shop right across from Monmouth Park down there.
Yeah.
I mean, so I have a really
Steven
funny
Spielberg.
movie like spirit guide story. So everybody says like the metaphysical world, like if you have guides and stuff like that, like or loved ones, you know, you can challenge them, like show me a sign, give me a sign, show me a sign. So this was like one day, I don't know, September or whatever, and I was like, all right, guides, spirit guides, whatever, I want to see snow. I'm giving you that. That's my challenge. Like, tell me it's real. So no joke. The next day I drove down my downtown, which is right down the street, and they have completely covered downtown in fake snow for the filming of a movie. And I was like, what? I was like, I mean, obviously, you know, who knows how that got to me, but it was the movie, Bad Money or something like that with, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it was completely snow all over my
That's
downtown.
funny.
You drive through snow in like the middle of September. So
See
the magic
that?
of movies.
It's
Oh
magic.
my God.
You don't make
Yeah.
anything. You don't make anything, but you know, that's the only other problem. See, in today's world, you need, and they changed what it used to be different. It used to be you'd put big budget movies out. They're not like that
Mhm.
anymore because you need the money to advertise, to get eyeballs. There's so much competition with streaming. There's so much product that they can't spend. Even the big studios can't spend $100 million. I mean, think about it. The real big blockbusters are what? They're the adventure or the Disney. You know, they're the blockbuster movies. They can't be a $50 million drama. You know, it's like they can't
No.
recoup. So it's even like with me, it's just like, yeah, you got all these things, but unless you can pay money to advertise, to get on all these, people don't realize it's like when you click on these things and they say, oh, here's what's streaming number one in the country on Netflix or something. How do you know? They're just putting things out there and say, you're not going to go through 1,000 thumbnails. You're going to say, oh, all right, that one. Well, that costs
Right.
money.
That's number
That's
one.
paid. The reviews that you see, it's all
Mhm.
fake. It's all
Oh,
paid
really?
for. Yeah, it's all paid for. All
Mhm.
that stuff. You can buy those reviews. You
I
can buy
believe it.
someone to give you these
I
reviews.
Yeah,
believe it.
totally.
Oh,
Mhm.
well,
Totally.
I
Yeah.
heard this was good. Where did you hear it was good? Oh, well, everyone's talking
Yeah.
about it. Where are they
There's
talking
a
about? Oh,
review. Yeah.
here it said it. Oh, okay. Well, you
Right.
know what that costs? That costs $5,000 to get that. So
Yeah.
it's like they say now, it's like when you make a film, that's why I just do it for fun. Because when you make a film, they say you have to expect to spend at least your budget twice after you make the film. That's what it really
Oh,
Wow.
costs
really?
to put it in
To
front of you.
advertise it.
Yes. That's why
Wow.
it's
Yeah,
like
but
I tried, you know. It's
the
it's
Cannes
tough. You got to put
nomination is like probably
I
free
know.
advertising in a way. The Cannes,
Yeah, oh
because you
yeah,
have
oh
to.
yeah, oh sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, that was 2017 is when I won that. So it's like, see how far we've come. You know, now it's just like it's
Yeah.
all about your social media. If you look, it's like, well, what's this
Yeah.
movie? It's like I don't know how I got there. They paid for it. You're not
Wow.
going to
Yeah,
see my
yeah,
movie. I tried. I would get Facebook ads and stuff, but it's like, you're breaking even if you're lucky.
Yeah.
You're
Wow.
putting all this
Yeah.
stuff out
Yeah.
to get the views. I mean, Tubi has been very good to me, but it's like I can't make anything. It's
No.
like
Yeah.
I figure if
Yeah.
I can make enough to do the next one, I consider that yay. That's how I
Well,
Mhm.
look
don't
at it.
forget us when you're so
It-
important that,
it's not
and
going to
you're
happen.
making billions of dollars.
No, not going to happen. That
You
doesn't
know what?
happen
Doesn't
anymore.
matter. You're happy. You're
I'm
happy.
happy.
This
I'm
is
a
what
good
he
time.
teaches
Look, like Roosters, I couldn't do it. I couldn't follow that. I couldn't keep
Right.
throwing money at. So I said, here's the pilot. If somebody's interested, it could
Yeah.
happen.
Sure it could.
They might say,
Mhm.
here's $5 million, go do it, and then I could
Yep.
do it.
Yep.
But I mean, I can't keep doing that. So that's why I like this
Well, if
next
I have $5
one.
million, it's all yours.
Well, you're going to be in it. You're
Yeah,
in it.
of course.
Well,
Of course.
the new
I
one
better.
you're in. The new one that you are in.
I
Because
am in the new one.
it's called the
Oh,
Shire
you heard it
Club.
here.
Yeah, it's called the Shire Club. We're revisiting the story. It's a revenge thriller, and one of
Mhm.
the girls calls you up and you tell that story about the
Right.
four things, and then when you say the fourth is a demonic, the phone
Right.
goes dead. That's what's going to
Oh,
happen
yeah.
in the
Like when things fell off the wall when I said it last time. I'm never saying that again. It was so crazy. Everything just fell off the wall when I said it. Anthony can
Saying
talk a
it
little
3
bit about
times.
like in the paranormal, we have that issue with YouTube, like, and views and like, I mean, now you don't watch ghost hunters on TV. You watch, two guys alone in a building filming themselves. You know
You
what I
have
mean? Like
to.
it's all
You
in there.
have to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Well, I was talking to the guys from the Ghost Brothers. The one of them I had him.
I
I
love
was
them.
interviewing him, and he was saying that because the show is running its course, that the best way to go now is stay away from networks and get a YouTube channel. And he
YouTube.
said that he did that. He's doing that because they got freedom of what they want to do. Because
Yes.
when you have a network involved, you got some guy sitting upstairs in his suit saying, "You can't do this. You can't do this. We want this. We want that."
Yeah.
And they're telling you what to do. You know what I'm saying with that?
Yeah, well,
But
Yeah.
you
that's
got
the
some guy
plan.
in
I
the
mean,
suit telling you how to do things. So
no, it's
Yep.
it's exactly right. That's why I love
Yeah.
YouTube. I mean, it crushes your stuff, but I mean, the point of the matter is you need 1,000. You need 1,000 subscribers. You need 4,000
Right.
watch hours. I have
Yeah.
117 subscribers. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Right. I
But it's
gotcha.
like that's the ultimate goal. I would love. That's what I was hoping
Mm-hmm.
for Roosters. I was hoping that it would start to blow up. That I can make a couple dollars and I would keep the series alive right on the YouTube channel. It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a
it's the
YouTube
easiest
series.
way to see anything. I mean, you don't have
Mhm.
to go to Tubi, you don't have to go to Amazon, you just go to YouTube and go click.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Could happen. Could
it
happen.
it's a lot. It's time consuming to make your YouTube channel go anywhere. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another thing.
you know,
You have to work on that too. And besides that, you got all these new people with the paranormal. I'm talking about. You got all these new people coming in, and everything is
Everything is
these
evil.
kids are watching. Everything is demons, demons, demons. Everything's a demon. It doesn't matter where they go.
Yeah, but
And
that's just for
people,
viewers. They just want to.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but for viewers, but it does affect what we're doing.
Does.
Everything. It's not a demon. It affects
Yeah.
everything. If we go to a location and we find what we're finding, and then these kids come in, they got more popular. They say, "Oh, there's a demon there." All of a sudden, there's a demon there. That's because the viewers that they're picking up are going with what they're faking to what we're trying to put out there real.
yeah.
Right.
So that's what
Right.
we're having a problem with the paranormal, because there's too many people out there faking for views, and then you got people like us that are doing the right thing. We're not getting no views.
I know.
Yeah, but
Right.
I
we're not
know.
exciting.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, like Anthony watches a doorknob for 3 hours. That's not exciting.
Yeah.
There's no.
Well,
Well,
they
you
said
see-
the doorknob moved.
The
see
backbone
all-
of what we do, Anthony. You're the backbone.
You are the backbone, Anthony.
I mean,
Anthony's
you
the
can
camera
see the
guy.
reels. You can see the reels, right? There's always a creepy reel, and it's just like it's fake,
Yeah.
but it's and you see it has like 1 million views.
Right.
How do you compete with that?
You can't.
No.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. What you're getting on camera in the background in these haunted locations, you could make a documentary and pick up
I know.
stuff that's
that
there.
was the scene, right? That you
Yeah,
showed.
that
That
was
they
the
showed
scene.
at the bottom of the
So
stairs.
That's
You guys
what I'm
noticed
saying.
that?
You're getting real stuff. You're getting real
Oh, good.
stuff
Yeah, that's it.
Is that?
in the background.
That's it. That's it. Refuse to walk the line.
RefuseToWalkTheLine.com is the website, and it's also the YouTube channel.
Is that
Oh,
the
awesome.
one that she
Thank
should
you, Mary
subscribe
Beth.
to? Thank you, Mary Beth. She's a
Yeah, thank you.
faithful viewer. We love her. Mwah. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's always
Our
helping
Tuesday night
us out
fan.
there.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No,
I
mean-
no.
No, it's.
That's why you
I mean,
have to
I have
do it for
I have a
yourself.
YouTube channel. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's exactly what I did. I started my YouTube channel. I put my own videos up there. They're like the walkthroughs, and then it's the boring history. God bless anybody who gets through all the history.
Stop
Some
it.
people
They're
do.
good.
No, it's so true. But I'll say honestly, for that channel, I find the most people find it by the location. I don't know how or why, but they'll type in either the town or the where we are, and that's how, for at least on my channel, how most people find it. So I make sure to
Really?
have that in the SEOs or whatever, where the location is, the title, the town has to be in the title somewhere, because that seems to be how people are finding it. I don't know if they're just Googling like Somerville,
It's
Somerville,
something
New
you put in
Jersey,
the title that they do that.
Interesting.
There's something that's like they look up these words that are very popular and people looking it up, and then all you gotta do is put that in your title. So when these people put that in, yours will pop up with other people like that. But that's how they start looking at your views.
Oh my
Yeah,
We
God.
got 10 minutes left, people.
I know. You Google woman eaten by cats and you get my neighbor. No, I'm just kidding.
You get your neighbor. You get
I'm sure I
Jenny's
Googled that
neighbor.
before, to be honest.
Every time I walk by the house, I look up in the attic. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I have seen X-rays of human fingers in stomachs.
ooh,
So
we got dark.
that's
I love it.
that story's not pushing around.
Vet stories. You're giving. I can
Okay.
see Brian's head like going like this with the vet thing. He's like,
Yes, Senor.
fingers
This show
and
is
dogs.
every Tuesday. This show's every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Yep. Join us.
That's a great question. Absolutely, come join us.
Yeah.
So where can people find
Yes,
you,
we are
Brian?
every Tuesday. Yeah, let's throw stuff out there because we're running out of time.
Yeah, my website is refusetowalktheline.com. And
Okay.
everything's there. My IMDb
I'll
is
put that
there.
on
My
there.
movies are there. My YouTube link is there. On YouTube, it's Refuse to Walk the Line. And on my website, it's refusetowalktheline.com. And that's go there and subscribe and watch the stuff and
And
have
don't
fun.
watch The Hid alone in the dark.
Oh, it's nothing.
It is.
I'm going to go watch that tonight.
The Hid.
No,
You know what's scary about it?
Scary.
Is that you never see him. That's what's scary about it. You never see Billy. And you
Yeah.
just hear it. You hear the sound of his wooden legs. It's so creepy.
That's cool.
What's that movie, Bird Box? When we never actually see it was Bird Box?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Yeah. And you never see what actually the thing was. And that's
the scariest part. That's so scary. I think I told Brian I was doing laundry and I put the movie on and then I realized I wasn't folding my laundry anymore. I just got like sucked in, I was like,
well, you know something that goes back to old cinema back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, where they had those moments that you never seen what was going on, like in Psycho. Right. You didn't see, then later on you see the thing, but everything was built up to that point that you had to use your imagination. And that's what I like about that, because I remember growing up as a kid, the 60s, 70s, and I was watching these old movies and stuff like that, and you were scared, the old Dracula movies or stuff like that. Nowadays, after The Shining came out, that's where blood become gore all over the place. The Shining, I think, was like one of the first movies where I show all that blood coming out of the elevators and all that stuff. That's when the gore started. But before that, there was always that shock.
Yeah.
Right.
That shock, factor. And especially, and there were a lot of black and white movies I used to watch that, and Vincent Price and all those guys. It was great movies.
Yeah. That's what I love. See, that's what I grew up on. That Saturday morning creature feature. That's why.
Feature.
The first
the Six Fingers.
Life. That's my creature feature movie.
Yes. Yes. Fun fact: Brian makes a film every Halloween with his family. Based on a movie or based on a TV show or something, and they do all the characters. It's really neat.
Yeah, it's all on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Yeah, we do it.
Really
the last year we did Misery, so that was kind of fun.
Right. And I loved you did Night of the Living Dead. That was good.
Night of the Living Dead was our best. We called it Night of the Living Richards because everybody's. My father's name is Richard. Her father's name is my son's Richard. So we called it Night of the Living Richards.
It was so good.
It's really good. That's the best one. Black and white.
Make the Halloween film. It's so good.
Yeah. And
So-
that was really good.
How I know we don't have much time, but how so you're into the horror? That's kind of part of the
that's
thing.
it. Yeah.
Any reason?
I love
Any
horror.
reason why that's where you're drawn to?
I don't know. It's just because it's the most fun. I mean, I have drama stories, but horror is just so much more fun because you can do things. You can go places that you wouldn't go. In your mind. You can do like horrific things where people go like, what is going on with this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just fun. It's just fun to do.
Yeah, Del Toro. He does those crazy movies like Mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Right,
creepy.
the horror, that it's just like, but yeah. That's so cool.
Yep.
But film-wise,
this went so fast.
Yeah. We're gonna be having to shut down the show in a couple minutes. It's 5 minutes to go. So I'd like to start. I know. We guys thank you for coming. That was awesome night with you. We had talk and everything.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We had a great time.
Thanks for sharing.
If you need any extras, I think you got a couple here.
I was going to say, if you ever want to make a real paranormal investigator film, you got
I do. I'll tell you why.
I got ideas too if you need. So
I'll tell you why. He also draws spirits.
Yeah.
I tell you why. Because one of the shortcuts that you need in this business, that's why horror works or paranormal works, you have to be a genre. If you can't, people say, I want to watch a slasher film. I want to watch a paranormal film. If you're in a category, you have a good chance of being caught up, that someone can see you. If I did a film about a documentary about, something that nobody cares about, it's lost. So that's why I always say that I think a paranormal movie, investigating movie, it's easy to do. The audience is forgiven. They don't care that it's shot on a bunch of C100s or whatever, camcorders or whatever. So they're into the subject. That's why a lot of found footage films, it's very cheap to do, and you can make money in found footage films because it's nothing. People just grab their GoPros and they make a film. They get a bunch of them, and it's a category. There's found footage people that are fans to the point where they watch every single one of them. So that's why I always said that, Jenny, I was like, we got to do what you guys, let me shoot you guys as a documentary. We could sell that.
We just finished one.
We got to do it.
Good.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
I got 50 years of paranormal investigating under my belt, so I got a little knowledge there.
You got a little bit.
Work to do.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I got a little bit of knowledge.
I'm only 25, so I've only been doing it for a little while.
She's only 25. She's been doing it for 30 years. I don't know how that is. So we're going to have to say goodbye because we are running at the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
And so, like I said,
thanks for having me.
Yeah,
great.
It was awesome to have you here.
That was really interesting and entertaining.
Yeah, people really
that's
love
what
it.
I do. I entertain, right?
Great
That's
comments.
fun.
Yeah.
That's great.
I want to thank everybody in the audience for joining us again. This was an awesome night. We had a really fantastic night.
A
and
little change up tonight.
A little change up. We did have our history and we have our hauntings, and now we got our horror. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for everybody showing, and I want to say to everybody, remember, you want to be safe out there. You want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Forget about it. Ciao, familia.
Bye.
Hey, how you doing?